Hello and welcome to Surviving Mars. I learned recently, when I was scrolling the Surviving Mars subreddit, that many players seem to be unaware of how powerful and useful the small spacebar is. And many players also seem to struggle in building a colony that is self-sustaining when it comes to colonists. So it seems to be a bit difficult to build and set up a colony that does not rely on frequent income of new colonists from Earth. So I decided that I want to record my next playthrough and put it on YouTube for you to watch and maybe to learn one or two things, one or two strategies that I picked up playing Surviving Mars in recent years. As you might have seen, I'm only playing with the Terraforming DLC and not the Below and Beyond DLC. Let's set up a game. I'm playing as Paradox and Futurist. I'm also taking all the negative rules that make the game more difficult. Also tech parity. I am not going to pick a mystery because I think picking a mystery is not very mysterious. I'm going to set up my loadout and I'm going to explain why once we landed. Let's find a spot. This looks already pretty bad. Maybe I can find something worse. Somewhere probably a steep one. There it is. Let's get started. So the general idea is, if I make this very difficult and I can pull it off, then it means that anyone can pull it off on games that are easier, I guess. Okay. This already looks very promising. There's high content rare metals, there's low content concrete. So, as you might have seen, I didn't bring an explorer, so I'm going to supply myself with an explorer, obviously. The first thing I have to do is find water, and also I need to have the game run for a moment to see where the cold spots are. It's down there and over here. Okay, so I'm fine up here. And then as I said, first things first is to find water, so I get the milestone and the research boost. There doesn't seem to be much water up here, so it's going to be a bit of an issue. But I'm fairly certain that we can manage. Okay, that for now. Setting up a colony. Okay, so I set up my my colony. This dome is obviously in range of the rare metals. I started with the obvious concrete extractor and one set of fuel production. As you might remember, this does come with a small downside, because there's a chance that if I got hit by a dust storm too early in game, then chances are that I cannot manage to launch my rocket and get colonists before Sol 15 to Mars, and then I can't reach the sponsor goal of Paradox, landing a colonist on Mars by Sol 15. This means before Sol 15. It's phrased poorly, I think. But I'm fairly certain that we can do it. There's not much you can do to prevent it, except of attacking the Martian fuel thing that reduces the fuel amount that the rockets need. But it doesn't happen all the time, so hopefully we can get through it. Let's do some minor exploiting. Okay, so as you might remember, I brought two drone commanders, and no drone hub. That's my usual default loadout, because I think it's much more flexible to have two commanders and no drone hub, because and also the drone hub needs maintenance, the commanders do not, with the very frequent that's fine. With the very frequent dust storms we're going to have, that would just burn through all my electronics, so I prefer having drone commanders over drone hubs. This means I only have 10 drones, but 10 drones is more than enough. In my opinion, at least.
The odd composition of the...
That might come in handy. A genius applicant, we'll see. If they're middle-aged or have other bad traits, I'm not going to take them. In case you didn't know, dust storms, dust devils are kind of annoying. However, you can just destroy them with those dumping sites. And yeah, with the drones and the drone commander, I can very easily terraform, very quickly get access to all of the map. There's still 2 drones left here in the rocket to manage the base for now. Excellent. Why did you lose a drone?
Sector scanned.
No water yet. Well, I won't be the first one to find water, but that's sometimes what you get. Okay, I got a story bit. It's called Diminishing Returns. I don't really like this one. Although I think I have the option to decline and it doesn't do much. However, I kinda want the extra sponsor research. However, if I take it, this will give me the prefab compression breakthrough, which is not very good, but it costs 7,000 research to tech, and normally a breakthrough would only be 1,400. However, it counts as one breakthrough, so I get one for 1,400, and the next one will be, I don't know, 17 or 1,800, which is much more. So I'm losing some science here, and I don't really think it's a very good breakthrough. But 150 sponsor research is actually quite a strong bonus for any sponsor that has low default research, which is obviously the case for Paradox.
Sector scanned.
Now we find water. However, something that I always do is getting all the advanced resources out of range of my drones, so they can't use them
Sector scanned.
to maintain any buildings that I not necessarily want to have maintained. This is especially true for the fuel refinery and the concrete extractor in the beginning, because sometimes the drones will repair it and a few hours later the first dust storm hits you and then the building just breaks again. And especially true for the fuel refinery, because during a dust storm you don't have water to actually
scanned.
have it running. So I definitely prefer to maintain buildings manually to save on resources. Although, of course, this is much more micromanagement. A few things happened. I scanned some sectors, I got some more techs, I finished the low G hydrolysis research, and I unlocked the advanced Martian engines, and also I unlocked the soil adaptation research. However, I got the first disaster unlocked, and it's going to be a cold wave, so I don't really have to worry about not getting enough fuel to launch the rocket. It might just be that... Yeah, the range of the rocket. Oh, that's bad. No. Okay, no. It might just be that the fuel production will be slowed down a bit, because I can't power both buildings during the night.
Sector scanned.
Kinda got apparently the rocket was not in range of the fuel, but that's okay. I used the drones to pick up all the metal that I found, which was quite a lot. Yeah, that's actually kind of lucky. It also means, I believe at least, that the first disaster that will hit after Sol 15 is just a dust storm, which is much easier, at least in my opinion, to deal with. I could probably deal with a cold wave as well, because I found the subsurface heating tech early, but we'll see. For now I'm focusing on getting the rocket launched, and also it seems that I'll be able to launch it before the cold wave even starts, so I should be good. The only thing I need is, need to be shut down, I need to build more solar panels, so that when the cold wave's actually here I can keep my buildings running. As far as I can tell, those are going to break down quickly, but still. Not quickly, soon.
Sector scanned.
Okay, good. More text to unlock. More drones to zoom up, I guess. Okay, so we actually found, I don't know, that's 200 metal down here. Going to bring it all up to the base, and then we should be good for now. And in case you don't know that, I also only learned it after, I don't know, 800 hours in the game. This grayish area marks
Anomaly analyzed.
where the concrete extractor will accumulate more dust on structures, but it only matters if the building that's getting the dust, like in this case the solar panel, has its tile, how can I put this, like the tile where it's rotating around inside of this gray area. In this case, this solar panel is not inside the area, so it's not getting extra dust from the concrete extractor.
Sector scanned.
What we unlocked? Nothing of value actually. No, I'm not going to do anything with this one now. Back to what I was talking about. So this is not in range. You can easily tell by the rotating tile is always the one. Oops, let's see this way. It's always the one that's not in between the two red stripes. So it's always this one, and in this case it's this one. So you can actually build quite close to the concrete extractor without having extra dust on your structure. So if I would build this like this rotating tile, it would get more dust, but if I turn it around and build it like this, then we're fine. Okay, I will need I will need 15, 30, 45 power. That is 9 solar panels, minus 10, 7 solar panels. That's good.
Milestone achieved.
Launched. Excellent. So I got this milestone, first rocket launched from Mars. Some extra research. Okay, Cold Wave's going to go for 5 days.
Sector scanned.
7, which is not very long actually. Oh, we're lucky we unlocked the breakthrough. Depending on what breakthrough it is, but probably any, I'm going to use this research anomaly to fast tag it, because as I'm Paradox, I get extra. Where is it? There. Researching a breakthrough tech grants applicants, so I get more applicants and I can have a larger pool to pick from, which is very important because I'm playing with the last arc rule, and so there's only one set of colonists I can bring. So the more choice I have, the better.
Research complete. Breakthrough discovered.
Neural empath. That's actually quite good, I think. Going to put it in.
Sector scanned.
Kind of lucky with the rare metals. Sometimes you settle somewhere, like, I don't know, here, and you're super far away from anything useful.
Anomaly.
There's more to the barren environment.
Explorer AI, finally, this is a good tech. I think this one is more important because the next disaster will be dust storm. Okay, so my concrete extractor broke down. I'm not sure if I want to repair it or not. Let's see. You produced
Sector
117. That should be enough to build all the buildings that I need. So not going to repair it for now. I'll rather turn off 3 solar panels. What we got? Yes, classic Russia. So my rivals are, as you might remember, the Church of the New Ark, who found water first. It's Russia and China. Sorry, Russia and China. There is no way of me getting colonists to Mars before Russia. It's basically impossible. I never managed it, at least not on playing with the long ride. Modifier, what's called. So I'm not going to bother at all, but I'm going to try to build a dome before Russia does, so I get the 500 extra research from the milestone. However, that requires me to get some polymers, so I'm going to get myself a supply pot with 15 should be enough. I have 9 at least that I found. Yeah, I'm doing like this. And
research complete. Milestone
excellent.
achieved.
So we finished the breakthrough, so that gives me more applicants, and I also got the milestone for 500 extra science, which also did it finish anything? No. Okay, we're all good. Wait. Great. So you got damaged, probably by this dust devil. However, as you might remember, because I have 2 drone controller units, I can just move this one over. Nope. There it is. Something I could not do
Sector scanned.
if I had a drone hub and only one controller or one commander. And I don't think drones would be able to reach from here to here during a cold wave, so I would basically have lost my commander till the end of the drone cold wave. So yeah, I'm quite happy with my choice. Unfortunately, however, I'm losing time now on finishing the dome. Great, Frickle economics. Something's going to be more expensive, and it's probably not food. Oh, it's food. Okay, well, the food price is going to go up double, but I can't import food anyway, so I don't really have to care. Okay, you're broken down. I don't need you anymore, so I can turn everything off for now. Till the end of the cold wave, 3 more days. Not going to produce any fuel. What are you doing, in drones? Not going to produce any fuel for now.
Sector scanned. Research complete. Milestone achieved.
Excellent. Okay, a lot of stuff's happening. Turn off this one. Scan the second breakthrough that we're getting, and maybe even tech it quickly. You turned off. Okay, I got this one. Yes, excellent. Explorer AI was finished, so I'm getting more daily research now. I don't really need anything of those, but okay. I'm not scanning any sectors, so let's continue. Continue this. Yeah, let's see what we're getting.
Breakthrough discovered. Sector scanned.
Base rehabilitation. It's, I think, one of the worst ones that you can get with this game setup, because colonists have a chance to lose floors on their journey to Mars. Ah, that's also the cost is 2,100. Yeah, I'm not going to take this. Get wrecked. And yeah, Russia is going to land colonists on Sol 12 way earlier than I could ever be. There's another breakthrough, so keep them coming, I guess. However, I'm going to end the video now, and then see you next time when I'll be picking the colonists.